we're live.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, it doesn't have quite the resolution of like one of my webcams, but whatever. Clearly, computer ain't cutting it. Hello everybody, welcome to the Hunt a Killer 1934 Premium Box Finale.
I'm just going to share it up.
Cool. Yeah, let's do some sharing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're watching this live, please consider sharing this video, although be wary of spoilers. I can't put any graphics on the screen warning people about spoilers. So just be aware. That's a thing. Spoilers!
Spoilers!
Spoilers. Actually, I wonder, do you have a marker? Al, do you have a magic marker? Or like a big black Sharpie or anything? You can just throw at me?
I'm not going to throw it at you, but I'll get you one.
Okay, thank you. So I wonder if we can go crazy analog and just have...
A thing that says spoilers somewhere?
Yeah, seriously. Because the thing about Facebook video is that, like, if it's live, people tune in and it just...
Yeah.
It's playing
I mean, not a bad
so I
idea.
don't want to show them anything. But yeah, if you guys are watching this live and if you feel so inclined to share this video, I'm not going to put it in the Hunt a Killer Facebook group myself, just because I know that people are really squeamish about spoilers in there. But if you guys did that, I wouldn't be disappointed. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Yeah, so why don't we...
Where are you going to put it?
we'll hang it on the back of my computer.
Oh, good idea. Do you need a piece of tape?
Sure. Right?
Yeah. Artistic. How are you guys? How's your night going? Mine's going pretty well. I'm less tired than I would have thought I'd be. It's a little bit cloudy here today in New Jersey. Somebody's got me down. I'm fine.
Thanks, Bob.
I got it.
Thank you. Yeah, if you just drop it on the computer, it'll...
Can you see
Yeah, it looks like it.
everything? Okay.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
What?
It looks funny when it's actually on screen. Yeah, it looks
It's
a
like a
little...
little too...
Yeah, just tape going from the top onto the computer is fine.
Yeah, but then you can't see spoilers on the
Yeah.
screen. I knew what I was doing there.
Spoilers is the most important part.
You're whatever.
Sick of this shit. No more fucking live videos. For a while. Alright.
Okay, bye.
Is it still live?
Thanks, Allie.
Yeah, it's live.
Alright, good.
Your mom
'Cause
says
now
hi, guys.
it's Like hiccuping. Hello! My mom!
Mom, I'll message you back later. I came home and then I came right over here pretty much.
Yeah, okay. So we're about to get started.
I love you.
Like I said, we're going to spoil the hell out of this thing, and if you guys want to share it, feel free.
Yeah.
If not, just be wary. This is the first premium box that Hunt a Killer did. Kristen and I have previously done videos on 1934. They're already available right this second on youtube.com/talkbomb.
Yep.
We did an unboxing video in a basement, and then we did a theory video sitting right here where we were both trying to go through all the clues and figure out what was going on. And at the end of that video, if you have not already seen it, Allie went ahead and read the answer.
What?
Kristen went ahead and read the answer. Whatever.
I got distracted by, I didn't even notice you said that because I thought it was funny that you had to move your spaghetti to put the box in.
I got spaghetti on this
Because
table.
Allie came and brought Will's dinner, which is really nice.
Yeah, we're in just a party zone.
Yeah.
So Kristen knows the solution
Nothing
at this
says
point.
party zone like spaghetti. Anyway, go ahead.
You want spaghetti and meatballs? No, man, I'm not trying to
I'm
party
not trying
too
to
hard.
party tonight. It's a Tuesday night. All right.
So Kristen knows the answer.
Dude,
I know nothing.
I have
I'm gonna
divine knowledge.
Posit some theories based on what I've seen in the box and what I've read from the many articles, and we're going to spoil the hell out of everything. We're going to literally say on the show everything that's going on in this box. So, before we do that, I do want to say for anybody that's watching this, for the past, 3 months, I've been doing these Sunday night shows for Hunt a Killer called The Haunted Hunt. It's me live, sharing news about true crime and horror from the past week. And then usually some form of segment. This past week I did the history of zombies to honor George Romero's passing.
Yeah.
Kristen and I did a show called Guilty Party, talking about true crime and serial killers. And then I would usually interview somebody.
Yeah.
As of yesterday, The Haunted Hunt is no more.
So I'm going to do a show now talking about the true crime of the haunted hunt being killed.
Oh my god.
I'm going to look into it. I'm going to solve it.
I'm brother.
Yeah.
How could you do this to
He's
me?
my brother!
Put my life on display like that. Can't believe it. Yeah, no, the Haunted Hunt's been canceled. I've been notified by Hunter Killer they will no longer be producing that show going forward. But I do want to say, as much as I'm disappointed that I won't be able to do that show every Sunday, I really do want to thank Hunter Killer and Ryan Hogan and Derek Smith for giving me the opportunity to do something like that. It was a pretty new idea, something I'd never done before. It was fun, involved.
It was a good run.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time.
Yeah, totally.
And it involved a lot of cutting my teeth and learning how to do stuff and failing publicly occasionally. But honestly, that's kind of part of it, at least for me.
Yeah.
So I had a really good time. I learned a bunch. I really enjoyed it. Hunter Killer has been very, very good to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's really fun.
so yeah, huge thanks goes to Hunter Killer and
CWS from Hunter Killer.
yeah, absolutely. Those
Yeah.
were some of the best
It's my
conversations that ever happened on the show.
Ugh,
We got to do 2 of them,
love-
which I was
love.
thrilled
We were
with.
chatting today.
Oh, really?
I talk to her all the
She's
time.
great.
Yeah.
She really is great. I do want to also say, though, give me 1 second. I want to drag something in here.
Sure.
Because I really enjoyed talking to CWS on the show.
Yep. Stamp a little.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed doing this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the big crazy guilty party. Is it showing at all?
No. Oh, not yet. It's
Yeah, it's probably
delayed.
just
Okay,
fine.
that's why. Yeah.
But so this is the big crazy guilty party banner that my wife Allie put together.
Yep.
I designed the logo there in the middle, the skull with the party hat, and Kristen and I did the show together. Hunter Killer originally they commissioned us to create a new true crime show for them, and this is what we had come up with. And then eventually that became the Haunted Hunt, and yeah, it was a good time.
Good times.
And I do also want to say a big thank you to Ryan Hogan and everybody from Hunter Killer because they will be allowing me to hold on to Guilty Party. So if we want, that's something that we could always return to, which I greatly appreciate. It was not part of the original agreement of creating that show, but they were very kind to allow us to continue to own that, which is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, no more Haunted Hunt. It was fun while it lasted. And who's to say that I won't do something like that again?
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
It's a whole big wide world out there.
It is.
Yeah.
But so yeah, if you guys enjoyed that show, make sure that you stay tuned to TalkBomb.com. That is our production company where we produce a bunch of shows like The Haunted Hunt, similar stuff, podcasts. Kristen and I do Book Club, Schmook Club together.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed that show, stay tuned to TalkBomb.com. Make sure
I would
that
say
you...
more importantly to follow Talk Bomb on social media stuff.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that
probably
more
true.
like that's more updated in real time than the website.
Yeah.
Or it's at least like more in your face than going to the website. Like
Right.
we update the website, but then if you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you'll like really see when stuff is coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
That and just us online, like
Right.
at Chillin' Kristen and at The Haunted Sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm saying is keep in touch.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have more stuff coming down the pike.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's finish the 1934 box.
All right, let's do it.
So, if you have not watched previous videos, this is the first premium box by Hunter Killer. It means that in one crate, there's an entire mystery, beginning, middle, and end. The story is about a detective named Finnegan Vladislaw Kowalski, who was a good cop, a damn good cop.
Damn good cop.
Although some people said that he was a bit of a drunk.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Who isn't?
And his wife and son were murdered.
Yeah.
And then he was fired, and then they were murdered. And he was kind of sort of trying to get to the bottom of the case on his own, by his lonesome.
Yeah.
And then he turned up dead.
Those are awful sticky.
They are
Where'd
very
come
sticky.
from?
These were on top of the 1934 box.
What do you mean? They came with it?
What? These gloves?
Yeah.
No. You and I have had massive problems not having gloves.
I
up to
know.
this
That's
point.
why I was confused when you just said that. I said, where did they come from?
Oh, no. Yeah, Allie gave these to us in the
Okay.
last video.
That's what I thought.
And I'm just ripping
Are
them
they
apart.
sticky because they were on the box?
Maybe. The box is super greasy, and I wonder if they've created a structural flaw.
They might also just be sticky.
Yeah, they're latex.
I ripped a thumb off.
Here.
I did. It's like a zombie.
There you go.
Like a zombie movie.
That one's pure.
Thank you. So I'm going to dig around some stuff. I'm going to root around
All right. Root around all in there.
as I just kind of quickly say things off the top of my head.
Okay. Perfect.
Now, I'll leave it up to
and,
you.
yeah, what are we doing? Are we doing like a hot
I know.
cold system?
I know. I vote...
Did we say exactly what we're doing right now? Like how this is going to go? I don't think
I
we
don't
said
know.
it. So I now know the whole story and the solution to the 1934 mystery. I read that at the end of the last video, privately to myself. And what we're going to do now is that William is going to look through the box, tell me his musings, and I'm going to confirm or deny and, like, lead him in the right, or not even lead him in the right direction. I'm just going to confirm or deny, and we'll see where we get, basically. Yeah.
So
I think hot cold.
Okay, we'll do hot and cold.
Hot cold.
All right, so then let's do it this way. Because originally I was going to go like, here's what I think happened from beginning to end. Instead, I'm going to make some claims.
Okay.
Just like short burst claims, and then you
Okay.
tell me if that is in keeping with what you have there in that little solution envelope.
Okay, I'm going to remove the solution from the solution envelope.
Now, Kristen removed that from my house after she read it, so I have not even had an opportunity to look at it.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is like when...
Why don't you try another glove?
It's fine. This is like when
treat yourself.
a guy's like big toe sticking up out of his shoe.
Yeah.
Or when like somebody's hat is open, like they have a can opener open their hat a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? A thumb is a versatile tool. I think I will cover it up.
Yeah,
I don't want to touch any of this stuff. It's funny. I love this box. I plan to like give it a place of prominence of some sort. So I think it's sick. Like all the cool stuff inside.
Totally. A place of prominence in your home?
Well, I have all the Hunter-Killer boxes somewhere, you know? Like, I want to have the...
But you're not going to put this crazy box like on your mantle.
Ideally, I would like to treat these things like evidence and put them each in like a Ziploc. And maybe have a new box that is a similar type, because I like the file folder style box.
That's sweet. When you said a place of prominence, I thought you meant like decoration-wise. Like you're going to take the flag
it'll be
away
on my mantle.
And put,
Yeah. What you put on your toilet, I put on my mantle. Do you know the movie?
No. What is it? No.
It's Batman Returns. The Penguin says it.
Christopher
Walken keeps flushing stuff down the toilet because he's a sicko.
Right.
I never flush anything down the toilet.
Me neither.
And,
it's not good for the environment.
The Penguin likes that.
Anyway. It's weird. I was just looking at pictures of Michelle Pfeiffer's apartment from that today. It's like a really cool apartment.
The Hello There, Hell Here apartment? That is cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right.
Having a very Batman Returns-y day. Okay.
All right, I'm going to make some claims. It's time.
All right.
Spoilers have been well noted.
Yeah.
You're too late. Okay. Guys, share the video. Get the video out there. And thank you for the kind words you are saying about the demise of the haunted hunt. Yeah, there are kind words. We couldn't see them a moment ago, but people are saying, we'll miss you.
Aww.
Saying, what? No. I love the haunted hunt. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for tuning in for the past 11 shows. 11 shows. We hit double digits. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's kind of a weird number to end on.
It does. It does. There was one skip week in there.
Yeah.
Because Allie and I went away somewhere, and it would have been 12. It would have been a dozen.
I know.
But it makes me wonder if Hunter-Killer was literally being like, well, we'll reevaluate in 3 months, right? Because it's almost exactly 3 months at this point.
I mean, isn't that what they do in business?
I guess. I'm not much of a businessman.
Quarterly.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
All right, let's get down to business. Damn. All right.
Okay.
But that's a quarter.
It is. Yeah, it is a quarter.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you say quarter.
Quarter.
You said quarter.
No, I didn't.
You
quarter.
did. I heard it.
It's a quarter.
Okay. So Finch's wife.
I am paranoid about the way I say quarter. You're freaking me out because I say it in my yoga class every week.
Really?
And I do think I say it weird, but I've been working on it. Quarter.
I think you say it weird. Finch's wife and son were murdered.
Yeah.
His wife's eyes were ripped out by a hand.
Yeah.
Claim number one I'm going to make.
Okay.
She witnessed something.
Wait, real quick. Am I supposed to be holding anything back? Should I be like poker facing?
I don't want you to poker face. I do want you to let me know if I'm on the right page.
Okay.
All right?
All right. I'm going to listen to your whole thing and then I'll... Okay.
Well, why don't we treat it as like very hot.
Okay.
Be like right on the money.
Okay.
Right? Very hot means I'm really close.
Okay.
A little warm means not quite there.
Okay.
Flat is just like, no, you're wrong.
Okay.
And then if I say something fucking completely outlandish.
Okay.
Just be like,
ice cubes.
Like, yeah, ice cubes.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
Okay.
All right, Finch's wife's eyes were ripped out. They claim that it was done by hand.
Mm-hmm.
She witnessed something. She witnessed a crime of some sort. The killer knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as a bizarre symbolic act, strangled her and ripped out her eyes.
Cold.
Cold!
Yeah.
Why would you rip out her eyes? I was trying to think of it, and it feels like there's just a symbolic act.
Just a madness.
Being, okay. Just a madness. Okay, the murder, okay, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine the murder was random. Not a random murder, the wife and the son.
Warm.
Okay. So it was an intentional act to kill the wife and son.
Warm. Like, you might want to heat it up a little bit.
Okay.
Might want to nuke it.
Somebody wanted to murder Finch's wife and son.
No, not
No?
really. Cold.
Okay, alright, more stuff. Okay, in the clues, in the hat...
I'm gonna give you kind of a clue-ish.
Okay.
This reminded me, and I'll explain this in a second for you guys. This reminded me of Dad knowing that the oboist had an affair with...
Is it that crazy?
It's kind of leapy.
It's leapy? Did you like it or did you not like it?
I liked it. There was a lot that we did not even touch on.
Really?
That has to do with it. Or that we didn't explore,
Well,
I
maybe
should
we
say.
should do this.
And real quick, what I'm saying is we played this game with our dad. What was it called again?
Crack the case.
Crack
I have it in
the
the other
case.
room.
Okay. And it was like, it would give you mystery scenarios and you figure out what happened from this paragraph. And it was a paragraph like, there was a cellist and an oboist in...
Yeah.
I'm making this up.
No, you're very close to an actual real one. It would just say, like, a man died in an orchestra.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah,
and you're supposed to ask yes or no questions to get closer to the answer. One person knows the answer. And they're always insane. It'll always just be like, well, no, what we didn't say is that the man was Santa Claus, and he was murdered by one of his reindeer.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But our dad was just kind of like, okay.
No.
Was there a torrid affair?
Yeah.
You're like, yes, what the hell?
Yeah.
And he just completely cracked it. So it's like that?
Yes.
It's a little out there?
A little bit, yeah.
Is it the kind of thing that in a lot of mysteries, when you find out the solution, you can look back on all the clues up until this point and say, that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like it was so out of left field. It's just something that we had not considered.
There are some elements that I find out of left field, but there are a lot that click in, but that we just didn't think to investigate them in the way that would have led to this answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's a conspiracy to of people around Finch
Okay.
that are lying to him and working together.
Yes, warm in a way.
Okay,
Yeah.
because we know from reading his like weirdo journal,
Yeah.
his journal.
I was just
Yeah, my journal.
what is that from?
What Hot Americans?
Oh.
What you writing in? My journal.
I don't remember.
You mean your journal? Guess I'm not all smart like you.
I have to rewatch that.
We know from this that he was working with somebody that he called Hellcat.
Right.
Who you pointed out is probably Katrina von Tassel.
Right.
Was that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So well done to you.
Thank you.
And some guy named Sammy Jamfoot or whatever.
That is the name.
Insane.
Sammy Jamfoot.
Just insane. And Boris Huber.
Huber, yep.
And we found out that at the end, Huber was in cahoots with Hellcat.
Right.
And with Sammy Jamfoot.
Right.
Which made me think that those three were forming somewhat of a triumvirate that was united against Finch.
Not quite.
All right. In this box,
Yeah.
which is something that Boris Huber gave Hellcat,
Yeah,
there's a thing in here that's a telegram saying, Brown is Batusia,
Right.
referring presumably to Captain Browning,
Right.
and the head of the Batusia crime family.
Yep.
And it's saying, get the records or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
This box was given to Hellcat by Huber. Does this suggest that Huber, Cat, and Sammy Jamfoot were teaming up together pro-Finch, trying to help him?
In a
trying
way.
to sneak him a clue about the captain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That was one of the things I thought. The only thing that made me think it was
It's
anti
a
was
little
the
bit
fact that
more-
they wouldn't say it to him.
Right. It's a little bit more layered than that, but yes, then yeah.
Because there must be...
They were kind of trying to help
I've been
Finch.
fighting to get this open. It's not even in here anymore. Yeah, they were... Okay, so they're working for Finch. But why wouldn't you be able to tell Finch, hey,
I know.
we're looking out for your best interests?
There's an answer to that.
There is an answer to that?
Kind of.
Because Finch is being watched.
No.
No? Because Finch will fly off the handle.
Yes.
Oh, really? Because Finch will probably... Is one of them the culprit of the murder?
No.
Really? Okay, Captain Browning
Yep.
is said to also be connected to Batusia, the crime family Batusia. I think they actually say
Yes.
Brown's real name is Batusia.
Yes.
Is that the case?
Yes.
Browning is he the head of the Batusia crime family?
Can I refer?
Yeah, of course you can refer.
Let me see.
Yeah. Because it was a weird thing to say Brown is Batusia and not Browning.
Yeah, that is weird.
You know?
Let's see.
Oh, it gives you a breakdown per clue. I'm not actually reading it, but in bold. Each clue has a section. Here it is. Brown, not who he seems, last name Batusia. Find mistress, expose all before accident.
I don't know that he's the head of it.
Alright, he's in the Batusia crime family.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Not who he seems, last name Batusia, find mistress. Is the mistress Hellcat?
No.
Is the mistress a factor?
Yes.
Is the mistress Finch's wife?
Yes.
She was sleeping with Browning.
Browning Batusia.
Okay. His son's death was a complete accident.
Yes.
Okay. Did Browning kill the wife?
No.
Did JJ kill the wife?
JJ?
He's a guy that wrote some like letters back and forth with the captains.
No.
I was always wondering. He's on these articles as being like,
JJ.
"Here the files are requested, boss."
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Do we know the killer?
Yeah.
Like when you read the killer's identity, you were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
is it Finch?"
Yeah.
Because he found out she was sleeping with Browning.
Yes.
He ripped out her eyes for just no reason.
He's mad.
He was mad, so he ripped her eyes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
That doesn't connect with me in really any way. I feel precisely nothing about that. Okay, he didn't mean to kill his son.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I'm guessing he doesn't know he did it.
Wait, real quick. Yes. No, okay, so they don't explicitly say
All right.
that he ripped your eyes out. He's freaking out. He's like, "Stop looking at me! Stop looking at me!" So
There's an account in there of like
of
as
how
if,
it goes down.
if there was
You're there.
Okay, you're there. Mm-hmm. All right, his son just ran away because he was scared and he got trapped in the crawl space somehow. Probably when furniture got knocked over.
A bingo.
Okay, that was one of the things I figured. No one murdered the son.
No.
Like directly.
No.
His death was caused. Mm-hmm. And then he was blotto.
Oh yeah, Finch. Yeah.
Now it said in the thing that he was seen walking around down by the old clubby.
There's an explanation for that, and let me check it out real quick.
Yeah, the time frame doesn't match up if during her murder he was witnessed.
they do cover that though. Okay.
Okay.
Choo.
Was his firing... Do they go into the idea that the two chiefs had differing opinions of him? Joseph Goodwin said...
Yes.
He reminds me of a young Joe Goodwin.
It's that he is good, but because Browning is having an affair with his wife, he's bringing his personal opinion into it. So he's writing down that he's shitty, but he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing with the time...
But meanwhile, he is a drunken murderer.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But at that point, he was just a drunk.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good, but... okay, so the 10:30 thing, because of his usual behavior, when somebody saw him at 10:30, they assumed that he had been out all night.
Okay.
They thought that was the deal. And the clock on the nightstand was broken during the kerfluffle at 9:30.
Okay.
Yeah. Stop looking.
I'm not. I can't read the stuff from here anyway. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, what else is there to figure out?
Well, so
I guess figure out why people were trying to help him, but did they didn't know he killed his wife then?
Yes.
They did know they killed his wife?
And they were trying to like jog his memory, basically.
Why wouldn't they just...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not totally sure. Here, so before we move on to me just reading you what the thing is, let's do this. I'm going to name the items in here that are itemized. Okay. And then you tell me what you think they have to do with it. Okay. Or their significance in some way.
Okay.
Some of them are like kind of story-like. It won't be whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So flask.
Flask had a pendant inside it.
Yes, actually, wait, what would make more sense? Would it make more sense for me to read this and then knowing the context of this, you guess everything? That might make more sense.
You don't know the context of everything?
Well, but for you to know the context of everything.
Oh no, I'd rather guess without knowing stuff, right?
Knowing this gives you a better shot of...
Because I can tell you like a glancing... Isn't that just flat out the solution?
Yeah, but there are things that are kind of... that there are significances to items that aren't spelled out in the solution.
Okay.
That given the solution, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I think it's the way to do it.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right.
Okay. All right, I'm going to read the solution now. This is how it starts. Finch slumped into the bedroom. That bastard, Browning, he said. His wife, Beth Ann, was sitting at her vanity in her nightgown. Her delicate fingers struggled to remove her earrings. What do you mean, dear? You know what I mean, dear, Finch replied. The snow outside fell softly. Beth Ann looked at him. Did you go by the station again? I told you not to go by there anymore. It just gets you all balled up. It's not my fault, said Finch. He stood by the crucifix on the wall. Jesus looked down on him. It's that guy in charge. You know he ain't done nothing good for our neighborhood. I heard he's really taking command. People say he'll turn things around.
People say he's virile. Did she write those articles? In the newspaper?
Oh,
remember when they're like
glowing?
the new studly virile chief is on the scene?
That's right. Maybe she was their anonymous source for them.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Because that would answer a lot. That what a weird way to write a thing, to just be like,
maybe it's one of the Petusias.
his rippling biceps, the new delicious chief, make me thirsty.
Biceps, please.
Signed
See?
Beth
it's
Ann
getting hot.
Kowalski.
Yeah. Ay, 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 ay.
Says this reporter, hachi machi.
Yeah. I heard he's really taking command. People say he'll turn things around. Like that ass. Finch squinted at the little Jesus figure. People lie, he said.
To Jesus.
Yeah. Beth Ann put her second earring in its place by the first. Beth Ann put her second earring in its place by the first and shut the drawer. She began to breathe in a shallow way. Well, I trust these people. They wouldn't lie to me. Finch turned from the crucifix and looked at his wife, who looked away quickly. Who you been talking to? He demanded. At that moment, John, the couple's son, appeared in the dim bedroom doorway to find out what was wrong. He held his toy yo-yo in both of his hands. Get back to bed, son, Finch barked. John began to cry. Now look at that, Beth Ann shouted. You've gone and made him cry. You brute! Johnny, honeydew, don't worry. Get back to bed and cover your ears and I'll tuck you in. Only a moment. What are you doing?
Trying to get that thing out.
Well, okay.
Too much of a distraction?
A little.
Right.
The boy didn't move. See that? There! He don't listen, Finch pointed at their son. Beth Ann rose. He listens fine, she countered. You're just scaring him stiff. Go take a cold bath, why don't you? Johnny, go to bed, please. Me? I won't take no bath. Why don't you tell me who you've been talking to? Why you in your nightgown still got your earrings in? Johnny wailed openly. His mother took a step back from her husband. She clutched her necklace to her breast and her eyes widened as he stepped closer. You ain't gotta hide it no more, doll. I know. I've known a while. I just don't know, he said, taking another step. Who? You're crazy, Finchy, she said. Who? He repeated slower, letting the question melt off his tongue and through his teeth, molten and thick. Beth Ann straightened. She pulled her shoulders back and looked her husband in the eyes. You know who, she said. Finch knew. Every Friday since he lost his job, he walked by the station and watched the men inside, coming in and leaving. Each time, he stood there with a bottle and a paper bag and got drunk like a bum. He was looking for one man, Browning, the man who took command and gave Finch the boot. Finch would spot him, curse him, and walk off to go drink until late. It was the same day he couldn't find Browning that his wife kept her earrings in after changing into her nightgown. Finch could not contain his rage. Beth Ann's confession released from him any earthly abidance, and he hurled himself toward her. He stretched out his hands, and Beth Ann screamed. She fell back over the bed, and Finch came over her, his hands on her neck. He squeezed. A bang from the wall drew his attention. He heard the sound of retreating footsteps, but saw no one else in the room. But someone had been. He looked back at Beth Ann and squeezed again. She struggled and pushed back on his chest. He looked at the picture of Roosevelt on the wall. He squeezed harder. She stopped struggling. She looked up at him and did not blink. Oh, God, Finch said. Beth Ann, stop. Don't look at me. She would not stop looking at him. Stop looking at me! Johnny ran straight out the front door into the crawl space under the porch. He crawled back and back as far as he could. He would be safe there. If under the bed was safe, under the house was safer. Inside the house, he heard his father roar, then began crying. It was always so scary when his mother and father fought. Johnny always knew when it would happen, too. He would smell the alcohol before he could hear anything. Sure enough, he would then hear his father's shoes thump and slap on the floor. Then, like the boiler turning on, he could hear his father's voice through the walls. It always started that way. That's why Johnny had nightmares about his father. Tonight was scarier than usual, though. Johnny felt like he had to try to protect his mother, so he threw his yo-yo at his father. He missed. He couldn't save her. Johnny smelled the alcohol and heard the shoes, and he saw his father bumble down the steps, off the porch, and down the street. Johnny watched him go. He faded into the gray, snowy night, and Johnny began to feel safer. The snow was so delicate, so soft. Johnny watched it fall as he gently fell asleep. Forever. Didn't say that.
All right. So you're right. This doesn't adequately explain everything that's in the box because these items are things that were found on Finch's corpse.
Right.
And these are things that he accrued during the period of time that he was trying to solve his wife's murder, not knowing that he did it himself.
Right.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's go item by item.
Okay.
Flask. Now, I was going to try to get the thing out of it, too distracting. Lene Lloyd Trusty in the chat. Yes, I did take the pendant out of the flask prior to now.
Yeah.
And it's a little fist thing. He, Finch, later, in that street notebook that he's got, talks about how, I believe he says, this pendant was one of the only two things that his wife's mother left to her.
Right.
Alongside the Divine Comedy. And he wondered, now where the hell's the Divine Comedy now?
Okay. There's something to the pendant that we did not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says in his notebook, got your nose. He says something, and I don't know if it was like 1930s slang.
Yeah.
That means nothing. Like when he said about Hellcat, that tomato knows her onions, and you're not like, I'm not worried about what the hell it means to have tomatoes or onions or whatever.
Yeah.
The latex gloves are Marco Rubio creepy. Does Marco Rubio frequently wear latex gloves?
I don't know. I mean, just that he's creepy and latex gloves are creepy, maybe?
As creepy as Marco Rubio? Hello, Jeff. Anyway.
Got Ted Cruz?
Maybe?
That is the Zodiac?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Could be.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So, the flask is Finch's crutch. He keeps it on him to store his booze so he can repress his painful memories.
Oh, that
the pendant is inside the flask.
Right.
Okay. So I think you've said your thoughts about the pendant, basically. You just know that his mom gave it.
Yeah.
Her mom gave it to her.
Right.
Guess what, Chacho? You're wrong. If we had looked into the pendant a little bit further, we might have figured some stuff out.
Really?
We should have been looking into the origins of some things a little bit more.
Oh.
Me just reading this is going to show you that there are other things we could have looked at more.
Oh.
Or in a different way, I should say.
Okay.
Pendant. Finch's wife, Beth Ann Cameron Kowalski, told Finch she received this pendant from her mother. The pendant is an old Roman symbol called the Mano Fico. It was used to ward off evil spirits of the damned during the Lemuria ritual, a cleansing performed before a feast. It was given to Beth Ann not from her Scottish mother, but her Roman lover. It's a Roman symbol. Her Scottish mom.
All right. Well, I don't feel that bad about that. I never would have figured that.
I don't know how we would have known her mom was Scottish. Is more the thing. Like
Beth Ann. Well, they give her previous
Petusia.
last name.
Okay, we could have done the same deal. Because that's the thing. We could have looked up Petusia and found out that it was Roman, and then maybe if we had looked into some symbolism of that and Googled like hand pendant or something and seen it was a Roman, like found like a matching picture.
Yeah, there's like no way I would have ever figured that out.
Yeah.
It would never have occurred to me to look into people's last names. I know that they mentioned things like Boris Huber came from the UK or something like that, and to me it felt superfluous. I don't know. I'm not a very worldly person. It never would have occurred to me to be like, the origin of people.
I know.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
But we could have looked up the pendant. It's
pretty clever.
Like that would have been cool to look up what that pendant symbolizes. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I guess I don't. I guess I didn't think about it as having really meaning other than Finch trying to keep his wife close. It felt like the analog to the yo-yo,
Excuse me.
where it's pretty much like, well, this is something his son used to carry around. We ripped apart the yo-yo. If they start talking about how like the yo-yo is a symbol of like innocence, and it's usually given to adolescent boys as they become men. to symbolize when he tried to fight back against his father, becoming a man.
No, it was just that
Yeah.
it was his yo-yo, and he tried to throw it at his dad to defend his mom, and so
Right.
that was the thump that that Finch heard when he was killing the mom. Remember, he's like, I heard a noise and I heard feet walking away.
Yeah.
It was Johnny throwing the yo-yo and then walking away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay, matchbook.
Oh, matchbook. So the matchbook was from the Madame Rouge Hotel, and it had a heart with no written inside of it. The fact that Finch had it, I guess, meant that Katrina, Hellcat,
Yeah.
gave this to him. Now, whether or not she wrote this as a message to Finch, meaning that maybe he tried to proposition her, and she turned him down.
Yes.
Is that what that
Yes.
means?
Yep.
Okay.
She wanted to discourage him carefully to avoid setting off his bad temper. Because it was known that he was a drunk with a bad temper.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So the idea of saying no
Yeah,
in an
like-
easy way suggests that, like, no, I can't.
Yeah, this guy's gonna pop
I
off.
gotta stay away from this guy.
Yeah, so just like slip him a matchbook note.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty clever.
Okay. This one isn't. It just kind of explains it. So there's nothing that you would guess about this. I'll just say it. It's listed on the list of items. The new Captain news article. The captain seems to be a handsome young man, doesn't he? He's quite mysterious too. This might make him quite a catch, but if people only knew the truth about his past.
What's up?
Jen's seeing a lot of lag.
I mean, there's literally nothing that I can do
Okay.
about it.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Sorry, Jen.
Sorry, Jen.
I mean, it looks alright for us. So
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Puzzle box.
So wait, sorry, the
Yeah.
new captain article was.
It's just like, oh, he seems so amazing. If only people knew about his real past.
Why is he the head of a crime, or why is he in a crime family and he's also the captain?
I don't think it's.
Well, that's a significant chunk of mystery that
Yeah.
I guess it's a red herring because the crime family had nothing to do with any of it. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's just a red herring.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's next?
The puzzle box.
Puzzle box is said to have been given to Hellcat by Boris Huber, and it gives information about Browning. So
Right.
if
And then she gives it to Finch.
yeah, but that doesn't necessarily. It suggests that Batusia had a mistress. I guess is the thing. So it wasn't. It was always only a letter to Huber, Boris
Yeah.
Huber.
Yeah.
But he realized that, or maybe Kat realized, or someone realized that if you give this to Finch, he might start to put together part of the mystery. I guess.
It says the puzzle box was given to Hellcat by Huber and contains within it a telegram. It was given to Hellcat to avoid losing it to the wrong hands. Hellcat gave it to Finch as a display of trust.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a display of trust. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, the telegram. Explaining that Browning is not, in fact, the captain's real name.
I guess that was Huber being able to know that he's working with somebody who's in the crime family. Huber is somehow double-crossing the Batusia crime family, but it's part of the red herring. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, pretty much. It says, cha-cha-cha. The telegram explains that Browning is not, in fact, the captain's real name. In fact, his last name is Batusia, a name that goes back to ancient Rome. The telegram exposes that Batusia had a lover and instructs Huber to find out who it is before he creates an accident to get rid of them. So
Say that last part again?
yeah. So the telegram exposes that Batusia had a lover and instructs Huber to find out who it is before he creates an accident to get rid of them. So somebody was gonna kill whoever Batusia's lover was? Which is...
She's been dead for a while. How much time has passed?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
Finch ends up on the street after he was fired and then after he killed his wife. When was this telegram? Yeah, there's a date on the telegram.
There is a date, yeah.
That seems...
There must be some significance.
Yeah, I guess if the date on the telegram is really, really close to the date of the wife's murder, then sure, and maybe we just overlooked that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they can't be writing telegrams about a mistress who's been dead for some period of time.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I'm going to go through my...
Maybe it was even beforehand. It must have been beforehand.
It must have been.
Yeah.
It must have been. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. With your records.
Yeah, if you don't mind. So the date of the murder... Yeah, at the very least, Beth Ann Kowalski was murdered prior to January 10th, 1934.
Okay.
All right? Because I'm reading one of the letters that's like, this is part of the Beth Ann Kowalski murder case thing.
And Jess says she thinks it's a good bit after.
Yeah, so why would they be writing
I don't know.
telegram? Yeah, okay. August 24th, 1934. So 7 months? Like 7 months after she... At least 7 months. I don't have a date of death for her. I
Yeah.
just have an article of one of the captains talking about, like, hey, I want to know what was up with that crime scene murder. Yeah. Captain, in response to your request for the description of the scene of the crime of the Kowalski murder, dated January 10, 1934, and the telegram is August 24, 1934. That doesn't make sense. Like, that never would have been flagged as, like, these two events, they're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Browning's mistress has been dead for 7 months by the time this telegram is sent. Alright, whatever.
I don't know.
That doesn't quite add up to me. Maybe there's something that I'm not thinking of, but that doesn't feel like it was ever a clue then. That feels like it was obfuscating a truth.
Also, why would they want to kill the mistress? What do they care?
Yeah, I guess the whole mob scene thing is a red herring.
Yeah.
Communism was a red herring.
Yes.
I guess, but I mean, maybe he has another mistress. Maybe that 7 months later he might have a brand new mistress. But and it's just supposed to put into our head the idea that he might have mistresses.
Maybe.
But that feels like two things removed for me to actually consult it as like a logical, reasonable clue.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Fedora.
Okay, fedora was Finch's fedora.
Yeah.
This has been bothering me a little bit lately. So we found, by ripping up the hat band, we found a letter.
Yeah.
And it seems like it is a version of that telegram, suggesting to me that this note was written after he had already seen the telegram. Te Vadona Batusia Recordes, which has something to do with, like, my love, Batusia, and find the records, or something.
It's your wife, Batusia, remember.
Your wife, Batusia, remember. So
Right.
this is somebody overtly saying to Finch,
Yes.
your wife and Batusia were connected.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Right.
If this is meant to serve the same function as the telegram, being like Batusia had mistresses and stuff, this is at least overt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This was Huber's attempt to jog Finch's memory that Batusia was having an affair with Finch's wife. Huber also implies that Finch knew of the affair at one point. Finch, however, blocked it out of his mind.
Okay.
As in, remember. You can't remember something you didn't know in the first place.
Fair enough. All right. That solves. That solves part of the problem that I have with the telegram.
How?
It seemed to me that the telegram was
Who's the telegram from?
Huber.
It's from Huber.
Because he gave it. I mean, somebody sent it to Huber, but he
yeah.
gave it to Kat, who gave it to Finch. So in the way I'm thinking of it, it's from Huber.
Okay, that does make more sense.
Where it originated from, and they convey basically the same message. One, the telegram is very like clandestine, secret message. He had a mistress and whatever.
I am your singing telegram.
And this one's literally saying your wife and Batusia remember.
Yeah.
They serve somewhat of the same purpose to the point that I'm like, this is a better tie than that telegram would ever be. The telegram is problematic.
Yeah.
This, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because he lost his hat at the bar, and then he got it back. So again, I will just point out, if you're trying to tell someone something to remember, probably a better way to do it is just to say it to them, rather than stuff a note in their hat.
A secret message in their hat band? I never check my hat band of my fedora.
Right. So I'm wondering if Finch ever found this. Do you know? Do we ever know how Finch died? Does this give away a single thing about how he actually died?
Hang on a second. I think it does.
I hope so, because that's actually a bigger matzo ball now, because he's the murderer. But he just died of natural causes in the street, which I guess is fine. Nobody wanted to kill him. But did he go to his death knowing the truth, or did the secret remain? He unknowingly killed his wife and son, and just died on his own, alone.
I believe
Never
the secret
knowing.
remained. Let me read the rest, because now it's just personnel file stuff, okay? So I'm just going to unlock the clues.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the rest of everything that was in the solution thing.
This is a funny thing. Hold on.
What?
Linnea Lloyd Trusty wrote, but how would Finch know the translation of the words in the hat? It's not like you could Google a translator. Hey, that's a great point. Again, if you're trying to tell someone, like if I need to tell you something that we're going to be, like, hey, we're going to record Book Club, Schmuck Club next week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to covertly steal one of your shoes and then put a zip drive in the heel and then send it back to you, but also you have to decrypt it. Like, if you want to give them the message, I don't see what the downside would be of them telling him.
I guess they think he was going to fly into a rage. I don't really either. But
like, what do they care?
I don't know. Maybe kill them, like shoot the messenger situation or something.
It's not a lot of work to just be like, you tell him. No, you tell him.
I know.
Let's go with the puzzle box. All right.
But you know, it's for us.
Yeah.
It's for us.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's funny.
Okay. Finch's personnel file.
Yeah.
Finch's record does not support Batusia's, Browning's, opinion of him. This has to do with Batusia's or Browning's affair with Finch's wife. The captain doesn't like Finch on a personal level, letting his emotions get in the way of his better judgment. Finch was dismissed due to budget constraints at the end of 1932, but the budgetary cuts to police personnel were still in the planning phases at that point. Finch was really let go for personal reasons.
Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
Yes. Alright, Huber's criminal file. The file on Huber reveals that he's from Andorra, the primary language of which is Catalan, which is what someone said, Jestos, the language used to write the note hidden in Finch's fedora. Huber is also connected to the Batusia crime family here, alluding to his access to personal information about Batusia, Browning, to which the public remains unaware. This connection also explains why Huber only spent 4 months in jail for assault, despite his status as a known gun for hire.
Okay.
Kowalski case file. Finch's alibi is confirmed by a witness who saw him at 10:30 p.m. Because this is his usual behavior, the police assume he was out drinking all night. But the clock on the nightstand was broken during the struggle in the bedroom, freezing it at 9:30 as seen in the photograph, where there is no witness to corroborate Finch's alibi. Or when there is no witness to corroborate Finch's alibi.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's like, it's like frustrating that we didn't catch that.
I didn't think about that at all.
You know, I want to actually go back to the original photo because it's hard to tell from my copies.
Well, perfect. In the photo of Beth Ann Kowalski, where the window is visible in the vanity mirror, a small mark can be seen which matches the sketch Sammy Jamfoot handed Finch in Huber's bar.
Oh my
Jamfoot
God.
knows what Finch has forgotten, but is too afraid to tell him in explicit terms.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
I guess it's that? My vision's nowhere near good enough to...
It just looks like a round splotch.
Yeah, like you know what the image is. It's a piece of pizza with arms.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pizza arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a happy pizza.
I don't know about all that. It doesn't look anything like that.
There's like...
It's just a splotch.
Are you looking at that or in the corner? I'm talking about that, yeah.
Where? I can't even see that.
Yeah, I know. That's my point.
Oh! But still.
I know. That's the thing. Is like I want to...
It doesn't even really look like that
I want to
shape.
like enhance.
Like barely.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, it's teeny weeny.
Dude. I mean, wow.
Jess Stokes got out a magnifying glass. We should have been using an awesome opportunity to need a magnifying glass.
Did you find that?
Hey, we could have used this one.
So wait, Jess, did you find it? No. Okay, you had a magnifying glass and you missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
We
looked
should
at
be
these...
using magnifying glasses, I guess.
I guess you're right. I looked at this picture pretty damn close.
I can't even see my tattoo that I just showed.
What did you...
I was like, we should use magnifying glass. Maybe like that you can see it, and then I like did it where you can see it. Yeah.
Holly Brandstetter says, Huber worked for the Batusia family. I took the telegram as a warning to find the identity of a second mistress to find out who she was before another accident like what happened with Finch's wife occurred again. Yeah, alright, that would make That would make more sense. It's just
Okay.
to set up a theme that there are mistresses, I
Right.
guess. Need to pull out my magnifying glass from box 4. Yeah, we actually do have one at our disposal.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the thing I was actually looking for when I pulled out the photos? Was there something that I was... Oh, the time.
Yeah, the clock.
The time is said to be frozen at 9:30?
Yeah.
Oh. The
I
clock
think
is...
we actually should have used a magnifying glass.
The clock is on its side.
Yeah.
Which I could not
This
tell.
is making me realize we really should have.
Yeah, now I feel really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
Well,
Bad detectives.
bad detective.
Bad detectives. I seriously spent time looking at this clock. I thought there was crap around it.
Yeah,
Those are
I didn't-
alarms.
yeah.
It's on its side.
Alright, in the future we're going to use a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Would that be a lesson?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's a lesson.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lesson.
Well, we're learning.
Okay.
So then the last paragraph is the murderer. Finch hated the new captain, who in turn did not respect Finch as a detective or as a man. That's why he cucked him. When Finch lost his job, his hatred grew and his drinking worsened. When he learned that his wife and the man he hated were having an affair, Finch flew into a drunken rage and murdered his wife.
All right.
So that's it.
Wow, that's that.
Yeah.
So the bag.
The bag.
Yeah, the big dirty sack.
What the fart?
I mean, I read someone on Facebook and like the
That's
Hunt Killer
right.
Facebook
That's
group.
like the dirtiest thing to touch.
Yeah, no joke. Somebody on the
dirtiest
Facebook
thing
group
to touch is a red herring.
said something that I thought was really cool.
What?
So I
Take it
guess
away from me.
first of all, I think they said this is what he carried his stuff around in.
Oh, it's like a tripped out bindle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody,
A fashion bindle.
somebody on the Facebook group, I thought, had a very clever theory.
Okay.
I don't think I can do it quite right. What would it
Mm-hmm.
have to be? What would it have to be? It'd have to be something like this. Whatever. They had a theory that you could fold it in a triangle in such a way that these two little doodads would be hanging out the side, looking like that happy piece of
Oh,
pizza.
that's cool.
Yeah, so I thought that
Yeah.
it was like some that.
Man, that's smart. People
Yeah,
are smart.
I know. I thought that piece of pizza with arms
That's thoughtful.
was a clever
Yeah.
way of
Allusion
folding
to
the
that.
bag. But
so what is the bag about then?
I think that's because the bag.
It is just his carrying
Yes.
case?
The bag, the bandana were not mentioned, right?
Oh, right.
Which, good. So we looked closely at the bandana, but I was pretty sure it was nothing, and it is
Yeah.
confirmed nothing.
Yeah.
Red herrings are a part of a mystery.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Jen Jack is that an oilcloth? I don't think so.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Cool.
So Finch was the murderer.
Yep. All along.
Which is also a sort of like classic murder mystery
Yes.
concept that the person that you least expect, the person who couldn't possibly be the killer,
Yeah.
is the killer.
Yeah, you think that he died devastated because he fell into depression because he lost his wife and son.
Yeah.
He did. But he's the one who lost them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Losed them.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the 1934 finale.
Yep. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Did it kill you knowing all those secrets and not being able to tell anyone?
No, I like having secrets.
No, I'm sure that you're used to having secrets.
It feels good.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you over on TalkBomb.com. We'll see you on
Yeah.
Book Club, Schmook Club, our podcast. We reviewed books. You don't have to have read them.
Yep.
So go check it out on iTunes,
We do
Stitcher.
mostly spooky books.
We do.
I would say it's like 98% like scary books.
And
Yeah.
coming up in just a couple of weeks,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be doing Stephen King's It.
It's scaring me.
I have already finished it,
Kind of.
actually, and I'm very excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody go check that out. And I'll see you guys on the Haunted Hunt that's wrong.
Yeah.
Haunted Hunt is dead!
Yeah.
I'll see you guys
I
on the
killed
Haunted
it!
Sponge pages. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. We're going to have more stuff coming up in the future.
Yeah, totally.
But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Check out the other Hunter Killer boxes.
Yep.
Spoiler warning for all of them over on youtube.com/talkbomb. See me talk about every box that comes out every month. I just received this the other day. This is episode 1 of season 2, box 9. So I will be doing this, and then I'm going to be taking a month off because
yeah.
Papa's tired. But yeah. Thanks guys for hanging out. See you in the future.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, let me ask you a quick question.
Okay.
Do you have any interest